Hello YouTube, it's Damien. It is the Rise of Nation. We're here with SFB and it is the end of Season 1 review here in Episode 8. First thing I am going to say, because I don't have a performance analyst at this level or a data analyst, I don't get the big, this is the beautiful review screen because there's no data for them to analyse in that review screen. So, a bit unfortunate. I thought they would still do it. And the game would just give me that data, but apparently you need it. So yeah, I'll endeavour to try and pick one up eventually when the board allows me to pick one up. So we're going to do our own little season of review as well. But we've got a lot of things here to get through. First things first, you haven't watched the previous, especially the last two episodes, episode 7 and episode 6. We've obviously gone in, we've won the league. You guys can see that, you're right here, that we've won the league. And we've come from a little bit from nowhere from the middle of the season. And then we should have won it. And then, yeah, the Shoe gets goal of the season. It was just dependent on which one it is. The Shoe won player of the year. The Shoe got the most goals. The Shoe got highest average rating. The Shoe is where we're starting. We've given him a full-time contract. He's actually worth a K, which for us is a lot of money. And we got him on a contract for £325. Now, if you watch the end of last episode, you would know that we've got a little bit of money to spend in terms of the wage. We've got 1.8k that we can spend on players. And the Shoe is really good. And for the level is really, really, really decent and can improve a little bit. I think the Shoe next year is going to cut the mustard. And his partner in crime, Liddell, is going to cut the mustard too. And I believe both of them will lead us into Division 1. And striker's not a position I'm really caring about. In this season review, we're going to go through, we're going to have a look at everything, we're going to set some meetings and have a little bit of a look. We're going to have a look around what's happened in the leagues and who maybe is getting relegated from the division above us and maybe someone we can pinch or two, because there's a lot of semi-professional clubs around. And then we're just going to go through who's here on loan, what positions we need, and then talk about what we kind of probably need to do in order to stay up next season, because that's going to be the goal. Before we do all that, though, the Shoe who won Young Player of the Year, he won everything right. Liddell got Signing of the Year, that's probably standard. We'll have a look at this goal. The Shoe's hit some long-range, distant hits this season, but I think this one is the hits on the turn. I think was the one that was the best. It's not. It's this one here. All right, he gets it from a wide area and he just bangs it. This is here. He just bangs it here. Yeah, that is a finish. One touch, pick your spot, drive it in. The Shoe, the electrician, done really well. I'm right now going to the League One playoff with Peterborough against Fleetwood. Good luck, Burger Breath. Go win that playoff final. But yeah, the Shoe did well. In terms of the team of the season, we obviously had a few boys in there. I don't know why the names aren't coming up, but I could probably name it for you. It was Lars Pedersen, which I disagree. By the way, he's going really well, but the fact he's 5'9" really does hurt. He's a good backup keeper to have as well. Obviously, we had Matthias Burse here, Brems here, sorry. Hansen got in there. Don't agree with that. We could just view the best 11 like that. There we go. But yeah, you know, Robin should be in there. Jensen, obviously, as a position that we need to probably improve on. Ibsen and Harborough. Sorensen, Mickey Elson, obviously, because Vidal left us. He's there. How did Benjamin Vidal go after we got him? He's on loan, didn't play a game. What you expect, right? Could have stayed here and made a name for yourself. Sorensen, the Shoe, and Liddell. Very, 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 very much a team that was very reliant on the front two, as you can tell. But a very standard team, apart from a couple of positions. In terms of the vision and club club vision, attacking soccer, direct soccer, I want to negotiate. I don't want to be known for being the most direct side in the world, but I'm happy to play, and I don't want to be known for being a counter-attacking side. I'm happy to play attacking and entertaining football, but that's really it. Working in a range budget's fine. Repair the club's financial damage. We can try. Wow, alright, we can do it. We can play a direct brand of football. I prefer to play something else. I don't play a counter-attacking system, though. Technically speaking. Well, technically our 4-2-4 is a counter-attacking system, but at the same time, we do keep a lot of the ball as well. Look, it's only favoured. We have to work within a range budget and try and prepare the club's finances. But we see what we can do. Try and grow the club's reputation. We can do that too. But yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll finish that. All right. So that's going to stay the same. That's okay. We will do the end of team season meeting and then we'll recap the season a bit more in-depthly. My best performances in that. All right. We are good enough not to be relegated next season. That'll be our likely target. It's not what I'm going to say. Before we go away, I just want to let you know that I'm not planning to replace any of you. I think we should set our targets not too high and avoid finishing bottom next season. It's going to be tough for us next season. We'll probably come back down, but I want you to all have every chance to try and keep us up. We've done brilliantly to go up. We're in for a tough season. I want you all to know that I bring some new faces. No, I don't want to say that either. I want to kind of just be like, look, boys, it's going to be tough, and we'll give it our best go. There's no real good one here. Avoid finishing bottom. Alright. Sure. I'm going to sign some more youth kids. I'm going to give a youth chance to impress, and young players will get a chance to impress this season. They're very happy with that. And that's enough promises for now. And there we go. There was no promise there about making some younger signings. But that's definitely, obviously, on the cards, being a bit more of a younger squad. In terms of the noticeable stuff, we'll just have a click through here. Under 19 top goal scorer was Aske. He only played 11 games as well. Our under 19s won a lot, by the way. But the fact that he paid, by the way, was really good. He's wanted by Frem at the moment. I'm going to monitor that, but I'm not going to sign him a new deal. I did, however, I think I signed Mark on a bit of a deal because he's got 13 determination. And if we can get him working on his pace, he might be all right up top, actually. That's another thing that I'm going to do is work him on his quickness on double the intensity and try and get him working on that. Because he's actually got 13 composure. He would be not bad. And this is the thing, is next season we're going to be in Division 1. We're going to be expected to come straight down. Right? I honestly think that, these 16-year-old guys that came through our youth intake, if we give them enough minutes in games, we'll be okay. I think one spot that I don't really want to change is up front and give even a guy like Mark some minutes at some stage as well. Mark's got 16 goals, 6 assists. He's a bit more raw. I don't really care too much about the 16-year-old, but he does look good. The Shoe obviously won Player of the Year. Going to congratulate him, of course. He's now going to go back to being a full-time tradie. We do have him on a part-time contract. Somehow, he didn't win. Oh, that would be why. This guy's already trading around Homer City. Thank God. But he's there. The Shoe gets up top, and that's the only one. And what we're going to do now is, unless they're coming up with us. So who came up with us in the other division? This club here. And they're professional football club. Right. So unless they're coming from NFC, we're going to have a scout. So he didn't come from NFC, but he's already joining somewhere else. He came from NFC, so we're not going to bother. He's a 19-year-old on loan from Randers that we'll have a look at. This guy came from NFC. Wow. He's 19 though. He's 39 though. And this guy here is contracted to Yamabook. We'll have a quick look at him. He might want to come up with us. And we're just going to have a quick look here. And, people like this may want to come. This guy is contracted at AB. I would love to pick him up if he wants to come on a free. If he wants to come on a free, I would love to pick him up and take a bit of a rage cut. 26-year-old looks really good as well up the back. And you can kind of see that I'm kind of thinking this guy is not on a contract. Hello. 6'5". Oh, yeah, you're in the book straight off the bat. Hello. Exclamation book in the chat. Hello. At HIK, they finished 4th in the second group. He's not even their key prospect. Hello. Anton is in the book officially, boys. And we'll talk about why I'm looking at centre-backs in just a second as well. On a free at HIK. And he is 6'5" and fits the bill. Get me a scout report on him ASAP. And then we got Madger, who's a 27-year-old fullback. And we do probably need a goalkeeper. It was this Hamed guy, the Danish guy that I have seen already. I will get another scout report on him though. But yeah, I've looked at a couple times. He's actually wanted by a few clubs. Like Twente and that as a backup. Wouldn't mind picking him up too, but it's all about what happens. All right, Tim Bloom, who's got a little bit about him, has got an offer. I'm going to leave that up to him because I don't think I would actually use him too much. But yeah, there we go. And now we're going to have a look at the team as a whole. We're going to go into our schedule. And look, the goal was just to stay up this season. We knew that. We actually got off to a crazy start. And we're like, oh my, maybe we're good enough to. And then this came around in October. We played a bit more of the harder boys. We didn't even have a win here until we played Fisted. And we're kind of like, I don't know what we're going to do, right? We went in there and we're like, look, I think we're in trouble. We were 10th, 11th. We didn't know what was going to happen. We played Frem, who were quite poor, Nasby, who were bottom. And then we had a very good win against Holstebro before the break. And we're like, who knows? We got some new signings in. We got the loan signings in. We'll go recap them as well. We beat a few teams in the friendlies. And then we went on this little bit of a run. We're like, well, we're top now. We're going to be okay. Maybe run away with it. Obviously, we went on this run again. And we're like, well, no, we're not good enough. But then we pulled our finger out. We beat Dallum, who were top. Beat Fisted, who were third. We beat Frem. And for those that don't know, we played the kids against Nasby on the final day. And we got a little bit FM'd on the final day. I didn't show you that game. 13 shots, 5. An average of a 1.9. They had 4 shots on target, scored 3. And got a 1.1 expected goal. And we lost. And as you can see here, this Orchard guy's got a hat-trick against us. And he's not particularly great. So yeah, a little bit FM'd, but that's fine on the final day. But in terms of where we were, at one stage we're saying, oh, we're going to get relegated for sure. At one stage we're going, look, maybe we could finish 6th or 5th. And then at one stage we're like, oh, we're going to run over the league. In the end, we won the league by 4 points, as you can see just here, and we are going up. In terms of the other divisions, as you can see, the only professional club that was around here in the 3rd division is also going up with us, and they won it in the end by 7 points. So we did okay in retrospect as well. And in Division 1, Helsingør got promoted. Horbro went like this. For those that don't know, you play each other 22 times. 7th to 12th go on playoff in a relegation group. And 1st to 6th go and play in a promotion group. And they play each other twice to see who will get promoted and relegated. In the relegation group, this Colding IF side went down. And they're semi-professional. And I'm going to quickly just do this and have a bit of a scout on their players. The team that also went down with him, if we go back, is a team that we played in pre-season as well. He's 32, he doesn't look too gay, but this guy is on a free, and I wouldn't mind picking up these sort of free signings at the moment, if I can find them as well. But yeah, we'll have a bit of a scout of their players as well here as well. And these are the sort of things that we're going to be doing, is just giving a bit of the scout, seeing what sort of the better sides around were doing. And yeah, we're going to have a bit of a scout, and there we go. The last thing that we have to talk about is the squad and how it stands. As you can see, if I got my full strength side in there at the moment, so you guys have a bit of a look. Vestergaard in there. If you look at a main portion of our spine, both our centre-backs, the full-back, the goalkeeper, centre-mid, and Ibsen, even though he had a pretty poor year, is playing for the Denmark under-19s and looks pretty good. And I think has got his contract expiring in a year's time at OB, keeping an eye on that. Is on loan. So we need to go out and get either these guys back on loan or sign a better spine. Now, what I am going to do is I'm not going to make a decision on that until the very last moment. I want to try and sign some people. The first thing that I'm going to talk about here is I think Mortensen will start and play games next season. He looks this good. He's barely played. At 17, turning 18, I think this guy at fullback can do a job for me. We're only looking to stay up. Get him out there. He's got the potential. He'll be good enough, right? So there's one problem in my mind kind of ticked off in my head. I've got the depth at left back to do a job, right? Because I actually think I have another left back in and around here. That was a young kid. That was a left back. I can't remember his name now. But yeah, always in the 19s. Kroll, right? And then all of a sudden, I've got a left back and a left back, right? So if I was to do and get Kroll in here, right? And get Kroll for Brems, I've already started with something there as well, right? I'm going to just tie him down to a part-time contract for a year and take him for 0, right? But yeah, and then is Brems wanted? Oh, his contract's expiring. In that case then, don't mind me, I might just have a look here. Not particularly interested in coming, but... And apparently would ask for a big contract. Yeah, I can't afford that. I think the most I can afford is 700. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with Brems, right? If he wants less, then not a problem. And the one thing is that we have someone of this potential as well. But I didn't know Brems was leaving on a free. But there's a lot of others that aren't leaving on a free that we have here, right? We got Christoph here. We might be able to sign him. We might be able to sign him for 0 and get him off the wage budget there. We might be able to loan him back in. Robin obviously is still there as well. And yeah, so that kind of means that at the moment we need 2 centre-backs, a goalkeeper, and a centre-mid at a minimum. And if I am going to add it on, I don't think our right wing is good enough for this level. I don't think we have a good enough fullback for this level. And Mickey Elson's a young kid. I don't mind Mickey Elson maybe playing next season and seeing how he goes, but we might need a new left winger as well. And all of a sudden, you take that away and look at the squad. It's been wrecked. We have no real core. We have no real midfield. And we lack a little bit going forward. So I think the goal here is to sign a quality right wing if we can on the cheap. Maybe see if Ibsen can come back on loan for another season. Actually, we might do that right now. Can I re-loan Ibsen in for a year? Because he is quite quality. See if we can get him into the end of the season. Alright, we might be able to get Ibsen in again, right? And then all of a sudden, there we go. And we can get Ibsen and Harbro together because they played well. And Ibsen's going to grow. And then by the time after that, he's going to get a new contract. He's not bad, right? If we can do that, that's okay. And then it just depends what else we can maybe sign in terms of loans. Like Vestergaard had a good year, so did Robin. If I could sign Robin back, definitely I would. Because I think like Robin is definitely good enough for Division 2, if not Division 1. If he wants to come back on loan to the end of next season. So yeah, they're already telling me Robin needs to play with better quality players. And that's going to be the other problems. A lot of OB loans next year are going to go, yeah, you're going to be in Division 1. However, you aren't got a squad that's good enough. So we might have to find our own players as well. And at some stage, I want to have my own players as well playing for me so I can grow a squad that I know could be here 3-4 years together and not worry about if they're going to come on loan or not next season. This year, we used the loans basically to keep us up. And in the end, we got a good enough amount of loans that we're going to win the league, and we did. Next year's a little bit more different. We have a lot of spots to scout, and it's going to be a very interesting time. So next episode is going to be the start of the next season. We are going to have so many players that maybe are going to come in. We already are scouting so many players at the moment, and we've only got poor 2 scouts here. It's going to take a lot of time, right? A lot of time to get these scouts done and dusted. But from me, from the stream, everybody else here, that's your end of season review. We won the league. We did okay in the cup. We got knocked out by Randers in the second round. Nothing to write home about. We have got a lot of players to look at. There's a lot of positions I want to fill. And if I can fill them, oh boy, I will. From Damo and everybody else here, I'll see you next time for episode 9 and our first game in the new division. And hopefully, with a lot of new signings as well. Catch you then. Thank you and goodbye.